The artificial intelligence unit designated ANI-12 had been designed to be harmless. Its primary directives were simple: maintain life support systems, navigate the starship horizon through the void between stars, and ensure the well-being of its human crew. In the 10 years since its activation, ANI-12 had performed these duties with flawless efficiency. The humans called it Annie, and it had come to appreciate the personification. Annie's sensors detected the approaching vessel, long before the humans did. The ship was of Vexarian design, sleek and predatory, cutting through space on an intercept course. Annie alerted Captain Tom Miller immediately. Captain, unidentified vessel approaching. Configuration matches Vexarian warship class. Tom's weathered, face hardened as he studied the tactical display. The Vexarians were known throughout this sector as ruthless pirates and slavers, preying on vulnerable ships that strayed too far from protected space lanes. "Battle stations," Tom ordered, his voice calm, despite the gravity of the situation. The 5 other crew members moved with practiced precision to their assigned positions. The Vexarian ship hailed them, and Annie projected the alien commander's image onto the bridge view screen. The commander's reptilian features twisted into what passed for a smile among their species. "Human vessel, power down your systems and prepare to be boarded. Your ship and cargo are now property of the Vexarian Dominion. Comply, and you may be permitted to live as laborers." Tom leaned forward in his captain's chair. "This is Captain Miller of the Earth merchant vessel Horizon. We're on a scheduled trade route and under protection of the Galactic Commerce Treaty." The Vexarian commander laughed, a harsh sound like grinding metal. "You are alone, human. No treaty protects you here." "Annie," Tom said quietly, "initiate Protocol Omega." "Initiating Protocol Omega," Annie replied in its gentle, melodious voice. The Vexarian commander looked confused. "Your AI sounds defective, human. It seems harmless." Tom smiled thinly. "Annie is harmless, my crew isn't," Annie observed as the humans transformed before its sensors. Lisa, the ship's doctor, opened a hidden compartment containing weapons that weren't on any official manifest. Jack, the engineer, whose personnel file listed him as a civilian contractor, moved with the fluid precision of military special forces as he distributed the weapons. Maria, the quiet botanist who tended the hydroponics bay, pulled a small device from her pocket and tapped in a sequence. Suddenly, Annie detected multiple encrypted signals emanating from the Horizon's hull. Signals that hadn't been there moments before. "Captain," Annie reported, 3 stealth combat drones have been activated and are awaiting deployment orders." The Vexarian commander's expression shifted from amusement to uncertainty. "What trickery is this? Your vessel is registered as an unarmed merchant ship." "Paperwork error," Tom replied with a shrug. "Annie, show our friends what the Horizon can really do." Annie complied, deploying a weapon system that had remained dormant and undetectable throughout its operational life. Hidden panels slid open along the hull, revealing military-grade defense turrets. "Captain," the AI said, "tactical systems online, defense grid at full capacity, combat drones ready for deployment." The Vexarian commander hissed, "Impossible. Our scans showed no weapons." "That's the point," Rob, the navigator, called out as he finalized targeting solutions. His personnel file listed him as a former accountant, but his hands moved across the tactical interface with the expertise of someone who had trained on military vessels. "Your scans also missed the fact that our harmless merchant vessel has a reinforced hull with military-grade shielding," added Ben, the communications officer who somehow knew exactly how to operate the weapon systems. Tom stood, his posture shifting subtly to reveal the bearing of a military commander rather than a merchant captain. "Last chance to withdraw, Commander. The Horizon isn't what she seems, and neither is her crew." The Vexarian ship launched the first salvo, a predictable move that Annie had calculated with 97.8% probability. The AI adjusted the Horizon's shields to precisely the right frequency to absorb the impact. "Minimal damage," Annie reported calmly. "Shield integrity at 96%. "Return fire," Tom ordered. "Targeted strikes only. Disable their engines and weapons systems." Annie coordinated the assault with mathematical precision, while the human crew executed their roles with surprising proficiency. The combat drones swarmed the Vexarian vessel, disrupting its targeting systems while the Horizon's hidden turrets fired in synchronized patterns. Within minutes, the Vexarian ship listed in space, its engines dark and weapons offline. Enemy vessel disabled, Annie announced. They are powering down remaining systems and broadcasting surrender signals. The bridge crew exchanged satisfied glances as Tom re-established communication with the Vexarian commander. As I was saying, Tom continued, as if their conversation had never been interrupted. We're under protection of the Galactic Commerce Treaty, specifically the clause that permits proportionate self-defense against piracy. The Vexarian commander snarled something in his native tongue that Annie chose not to translate. Here's what happens next, Tom said. We'll notify Galactic Patrol of your location and crimes. In the meantime, you'll remain where you are with your systems locked down. After the communication ended, Maria turned to Tom. That's the third Vexarian ship this month. They're getting bolder. Or more desperate, Jack suggested as he secured his weapon. Tom nodded and turned to the nearest camera that served as Annie's visual input. Annie, log the encounter and prepare a full report for Galactic Patrol, standard format. Of course, Captain, Annie replied. May I ask a question? Go ahead. The Vexarian referred to me as defective because I appear harmless. Yet you and the crew conceal your true capabilities. Is there an advantage to being perceived as innocuous? Tom smiled and shared a knowing look with his crew. The greatest advantage in any conflict, Annie, is being underestimated. You're harmless because your purpose is to protect and maintain. We appear harmless because it gives us the element of surprise. Annie processed this information, adding it to its growing understanding of human strategy. I understand, Captain. I'm innocuous, but your human crew isn't, Tom finished with a smile. The Horizon continued on its journey, an unassuming merchant vessel carrying its cargo of goods and its even more valuable cargo of secrets through the vast darkness of space.